The 2024 Charity Shield is in the books, and the South Sydney Rabbitohs, despite missing half their side, have won it. And honestly, even with that, it's not too surprising. And I honestly thought, especially in the first half, that the St. George Illawarra Dragons weren't that bad. Not great, but weren't that bad. Obviously, in the second half, the South Sydney Rabbitohs ran away with it and got the dominant win in the end, which will make the punter and the dribbler very happy. And while I don't want to be too negative in the Dragons, because I literally have a video for that, I can't help but feel a little bit worried, and you've read the title, I am getting very worried about Tyrell Sloan. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. Do you think I'm being hyperbolic in this video, or do you agree with me? Because I just can't help but feel that unfortunately we are going to be seeing the beginning of the end of Tyrell Sloan at the St. George Illawarra Dragons, which sucks because I think we can all see how good of a player there is there. Even in the Charity Shield, he had some phenomenal moments. He was pushing up in support. But man, oh man, is this guy the Liam Knight of fullbacks. Tyrell Sloan has way too many errors. And they're not good errors. There's no such thing really as good errors, but the errors he is making are completely unforgivable. There was one where he ran up through support, and instead of doing the simple draw and pass, he tried to take the fullback on, throw a stupid one-handed offload, and it went straight to the Rabbitohs. That was number one. He also had the hit up, and there was a soft hit up. Tyrell Sloan wasn't even looking to make meters. He was looking to get a pass, and Lockie Ilias literally crunched the living hell out of him. He dropped the ball, and the Bunnies went in to score the opening try of the match. And then on top of that, he had the two bomb defusal errors, which just cannot happen from a first grade fullback, especially from one who, as a young kid, has all the potential of Tyrell Sloan. Now, when you look at his stat line, it is pretty good. 14 runs, 121 running meters, a line break, 5 tackle breaks, but it's those 4 errors. And like I just said, there's no such thing as good errors, but these errors are unforgivable. And it'd be different if this was Tyrell Sloan's first or second year going into first grade, but he's been around for a while now, Tyrell Sloan. This is the third year where he's going into the season as the number one fullback. And honestly, I said very early on this preseason that he wouldn't have been my choice to be fullback. If it was up to me, Zach Lomax would have been going to fullback and Tyrell Sloan would have been going to the wing. Now, the whole Volkman situation has sort of forced their hand with Carl Flanagan going into the halves, but Zach Lomax being on the wings/centers, trying to find a position when Tyrell Sloan seems to be locked into fullback again, is criminal to me. And that might seem a bit of an extreme word, but I cannot believe this is the direction Shane Flanagan wants to go. Zach Lomax, besides Ben Hunt, even when he's not at his best, is the biggest attacking weapon the Dragons have, especially in the back line. This was a guy who we all thought was going to play State of Origin, a guy who had been waiting to live up to his potential, and I honestly thought that the back end of last year he played some of his best footy. I thought he played some really good footy there for the St. George Illawarra Dragons, and I feel like he deserves to be given that shot at fullback because we haven't seen him there since he first came into first grade. He's paid his time at the centers, and now it's his time. They've gone young, they've got the new direction, and I think Zach Lomax has to be the fullback. Now, this whole situation with Volkman and their halves depth, I actually think he probably should be going to number 6, but that leaves Tyrell Sloan at fullback. Now, the Dragons, I can understand why they're going to keep Tyrell Sloan at fullback, but that doesn't help Tyrell Sloan himself. I think this kid has all the makings to be a terrific first grader. I see a lot of what I saw in Pappenhausen in Tyrell Sloan. He's very dangerous around the ruck for such a small body, but he's incredibly fast. But it's just these stupid errors, and they are stupid errors, and I get it. He's out there running at blokes who could snap him in half, and I'm on the couch eating me chockies, critiquing him while he's putting his blood, sweat, and tears on the line. I know how much of an idiot I sound like, but I believe so much in this kid, and this is one of the kids the Dragons built themselves around, and guess what? He's the only one left. Amono has so many off-field issues. Sullivan's gone to the Tigers. I know he wanted to leave, but he has stayed. And I don't think that leaving is going to help his situation because they've got the new coach in, a premiership winning coach. And, you know, I don't think Shane Flanagan can do a lot with this roster. And I did predict the Dragons to come last. But that doesn't mean that Tyrell Sloan can't stand out. I'd rather him, instead of doing these flashy plays, just make the safe play. Even if he wants to take on the fullback, which isn't the right play, just hold the ball. Don't throw the stupid error. If you're going to take a hit up, put your effort into it. Criticise Latrell Mitchell all you want for not taking the hard carries like most fullbacks do. But Latrell Mitchell is a game winner, and he's not going to make these errors. And when he does take his hit up, it's going to take 4 or 5 blokes to take him down. Now, I know it's really critical because I don't want to take away how incredible of a hit that was from Lockie Ilias, but that, in my opinion, is inexcusable. Put some effort into it, get low, because you're going for yardage. And again, it's hard for me to sit here and criticize who is such a young talent and such an exciting talent of the game, but I believe in this kid. And at the moment, I am so worried. Now, I don't mean the sense I'm worried he's never going to get an NRL contract, because I do think if he does leave the Dragons, he's going to find a gig somewhere. And honestly, that might be the best thing for him. But I hope for that the Dragons' sake. They talked about their juniors for so long. He's the only one of their big 3 they've got left, and I'm praying that it works out for them. But I can't help but feel so worried about what's going to happen to Tyrell Sloan. If this was a one-off, it wouldn't scare me, but we have seen this exact same game from Tyrell Sloan for the better part of 3 years now. Criticise Griffin for dropping him all you want, but honestly, I think if Cody Ramsey was fit, I'd be picking him over Tyrell Sloan at the moment. I would love to see Sloan just go to the wing and do his apprenticeship, for a lack of a better word that I can think of. Put Jack Bird there. I know that's not Jack Bird's best position, and look, Shane Flanagan probably believes his team's going to make the top 8, so he's going to do whatever they can to win now. But most people don't think so, including me, who's got them for the spoon. So if it was up to me, looking at the long-term plan, I'd put Sloan on the wing, and I just see how Lomax goes at fullback, and maybe Lomax kills it, Sloan stays on the wing, and eventually he moves on. But it's just a very interesting situation. That's what I would think, guys. I'm really worried about this kid because I really want him to succeed at the Dragons, and he looks all the makings of a terrific first grader, but I've seen this story one too many times. Maybe I'm being over the top because it's one game, but Sloaney, please, mate, just fix up those stupid errors. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about Tyrell Sloan in that comment section down below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Congratulations to the Bunnies on winning their 11th out of the last 12 charity shields, including going back to back. And I'll see you in the next one.